Gentlemen, welcome to Sanyin Podcast. Today, I'm delighted, I'm happy, and amazed to host my brother, Mr. Ricardo, who is a entrepreneur, the founder and CEO of the clothing brand, which I admire. He'll talk about it. He's also he's also a marketeer. Mr. Ricardo, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me here. I appreciate it so much, bro. Definitely
Nice,
appreciate it.
nice. First question that I ask my guests.
Yeah.
For someone that not know you, how would you introduce yourself and how would you describe yourself?
How would I introduce myself? Let's see. I don't know. Living in China, I've done this at least 1,000,001 times. So you know how it is. They always ask, "Oh, hey, what's your name? Where are you from?" You understand?
Yeah,
But in a nutshell, my name is Ricardo Jacques the second. I am from the beautiful islands of the Bahamas. Okay. I have been living in China for almost 6 years now. The purpose for me coming to China was to study. I obtained my master's degree in Hefei, China, and I haven't looked back ever since. But mainly it was because of COVID, to be honest. COVID kind of like it was a double-edged sword for you. It either made you leave China or stay within the borders, right? So for
yeah,
me, I ended up staying here, and I've just been working ever since. Working, trying to build myself, trying to build my craft, and get as much experience as I can.
nice. You've been in China for 6 years. So the
Yeah,
question
almost 6 years now.
I'll ask you is how has China impacted your career? Okay, you can maybe
How?
talk about the education way, but how has living in China for these 6 years impacted your career growth?
Oh, wow. Okay. Living in China, for the average person, it honestly can be tough because of the
Mm,
culture shock. The culture shock is a
mm,
big thing when you're moving from your individual country and you're just immersed into a country where you're like, oh my God, they actually do this here. Oh my God, they
mm.
actually eat this here. You understand? But for me, I kind of embraced it. So like all of the norms, within China, I kind of embraced it and I took it upon myself to say, you know what, I'm going to be that person to understand their culture instead of pushing it to the side, shunning it to the side. You understand? For me, it's been a roller coaster ride here, though, because sometimes they can act in a certain way. For the viewers, I
Yeah,
don't want people to see China as a bad place, but
yeah.
the people
True.
within China know what I'm talking about. The people
Yeah, true.
outside China, maybe not. But yeah, eh, China has its ways of getting under your skin. Let's say that. In my country, that's what we like to say, getting under your skin. Um, but it's been okay for me. It's been okay for me because I took the time to learn the language, and most
Mm,
importantly, I learned the culture. When you're in an environment, sometimes it's like you have no other choice. It's either you live or you die by it. You understand? So I decided to live by it. And over the years, it's been very, beneficial for me learning the language and adapting to their culture.
okay, nice. And as someone from the Caribbean, what influences has China had on you?
Influences. I want to say, to be honest, most of the Caribbean countries were so tiny.
Yeah.
If you look at the Bahamas on the map, it's going to be like a bunch of tiny little dots, right? Because we're like over 700 islands and keys. So, whew, it influenced me in a good way to have an open mind. You understand? When you're from such a small country, you're only introduced to what's within your environment. If you understand what I'm saying, you're only
Yeah.
introduced to what you see around you, right? But when you take that big leap of faith and you travel to another country, you tend to expand your mind. You tend to open up. You tend to take a deep breath in and see that the Caribbean is just so small compared to the entire world, especially China. So
Nice.
it really influenced me in a good way because I have a deeper perspective. I have a deeper knowledge of what the world can be.
Does China have a presence in the Caribbean? A strong
Oh,
presence in the
oh
Caribbean?
yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. China is
Really?
everywhere. Is that a question?
No, because when
Is
I'm
that a
watching the
question?
news, when I'm watching the news,
Yeah.
I don't see much of China Caribbean so much. It's always a China
Listen,
Africa, China
listen to
this.
me. Listen to me. China, we have at least a Chinese store at every block.
Wow.
We have a Chinese store at every block. The Chinese also made some developments, some massive developments in the Bahamas. One being they helped with building a stadium for us because track and field is a big thing for us. They helped to build a stadium there, which kind of brings in revenue into the country. And another big project there was called Bahama. Bahama was like another huge, huge, huge development because for the Bahamas, we pride ourselves on tourism, just like any other small island, small country actually. And Bahama is like a collection of like so many beautiful hotels. So with hotels, you're going to get your tourists coming in from all different parts of the world. And yeah, man, and those are just the biggest ones I'm talking about. Trust me, the Chinese, they've done a lot. They've done a lot for the Caribbean, especially the Bahamas. I can't speak for every other Caribbean country, but definitely for the Bahamas, they have a big impact, huge impact.
Okay. So let's talk about something that I got to know you about, that I admired you for, and that you're showing me right now. Your
Right?
clothing brand.
My clothing
I
brand,
have
right?
many questions about it, but the first question is, tell me more about it, and why is it called I See No Lies? I always want to ask that question.
Have you ever heard the phrase "I see no lies" before?
No,
No?
apparently not.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So that's the rule number one to my exam, to the entire plan of it. So from people who are outside looking in, I feel like I see no lies. It represents who I am from the Caribbean per se, because we use this saying all the time when we're in a situation where you're like, dang, like he's speaking facts. You know this facts? Like if I say
Mm,
you speaking facts or something like that, like you like, wow, you're talking so true. Like you're so real. Right? Like I understand what you're saying. Right?
yeah.
So that's where I got the concept from. However, I cannot take all credit for, I guess, developing what Icinolize is today. I have to give full credit. And every time I tell this story, I promise you I'm going to give full credit to one of my best friends in the Bahamas, Malik Stubbs. If he's watching this, shout out Malik. He was
Shout
the
out,
whole
shout out.
inspiration. Honestly, he was the whole inspiration to Icy No Lies because he would, I noticed that he would randomly post like some inspirational quotes or he would say some inspirational things on the camera while recording himself. And he would put, I see no lies. You understand? And
Mm,
my spirit just resonated with his message. You understand? And I've been seeing it for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I was like, bro, I like this. I like this concept. I really like the concept. But I kind of took his concept and put a spin on it. You understand? So I messaged him. I was like, bro, I like what you do. I like the meaning behind it. I like everything behind it. And with your permission, because obviously isolate anyone can say, but I'm letting him know that, bro, I got this inspiration from you. I said, with your permission, I want to make this into a clothing brand. And one day we're gonna look back at it and we're just gonna toast to it and say thank you, my brother. Because honestly, it was just a vision. It was a vision that I had. It's a vision that literally just came to me, and I appreciate him. I really, really appreciate him after getting his blessings for it from it.
Why clothing though?
Clothing. Well, you know what they say. Whenever you get into business, you do something which you're familiar with, right? If you don't do
Mm,
something you're familiar with, or something that's not your hobby, or something that you don't like, you'll probably get bored of it. For me,
mm.
I like to dress up, right? I like to look good. You know, I like to look good sometimes, but it, like I said, it was a thing for me. Like I like to mix and match colors. I like to mix and match outfits. When I go out, I want, you know, to actually look good. I want to be that person who's in the corner that everyone's saying, "Wow, that's a nice shirt. Wow, that's, he's wearing some nice shoes," right? And it all stemmed from there. Knowing that it's something I like to do, it's something that I really was like passionate about, and I just put pen to paper, and now I have it. ISNL, I see no lies.
Okay, it's nice when there is a brand and there's a story attached to it. I think it even gives us the consumer a reason to buy, because you're not just buying for but you're buying for the story behind it. And I like the story that it came from your friend. Shout
Right,
outs to him.
right. Shout out
Um,
to
but
Malik.
but okay, if your shirt is on a consumer store, apart from we your friends who buy and support you, what makes your brand stand out as now? What would be your marketing point?
My marketing point at the moment, I
Mm,
know myself. Okay, my brand is a carbon fiber copy of who I am. Right? I'm a fun guy. I'm a vibrant guy. I'm a very versatile guy in every way and form. So when people think of ISNL Lives, when people think of ISNL, I want them to always think of fun. I want them to always think of, oh, it's a vibe. You understand? Oh, if I want to go outside to go to the store and I want to look good, I'm gonna just put on my ISNL Lives clothes, right? If I want to go for ice cream, go on a date, I'm gonna put on my ISNL Lives shirt, Or if I want to go to the club, show some dance moves, I put on my ISNL Lives clothes on. Okay, that's how it is. But I stick true to my targeted audience. I'm not trying to make clothes for the rich and the wealthy, honestly, okay? Because me, I came from humble beginnings. I would always say it. I was not the richest growing up. I grew up in a single parent home, with a mother who was so, so, so loving towards me. So I don't want to compete with those Gucci. I don't want to compete with Prada, those high
mm,
top end clothing
mm.
brands. I want to stay within
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
an affordable clothing brand, that you can wear just to look good. And that was my whole idea behind it.
Nice, nice. Wow. You're the first person who have brought on this podcast an entrepreneur and has that distinction of I don't want to go that side, but I want to keep it within my circle, show my origin, and yeah, it's nice,
Yes, exactly.
nice,
Trust me. I'm as genuine as they come, okay? I promise you. I'm always gonna stick true to myself and stay true to my beliefs. And that's just who I am. I've always been this person. You can ask anybody around me. I've always been this person.
So, how does someone find your clothing brand? How does someone like get
Oh,
access?
okay, for now, there are things in the workings. There are things in the workings. I want to open up more stores. However, my life situation right now probably won't allow it.
Mm,
Um, those who are really close to me, and if they're in my country or in another, like in the US, I usually ship to them. I can ship to them. They'll pay me on PayPal or something like that, or give me like a bank transfer straight to my bank account at home, and I'll ship it to them. But I don't have an online platform as yet.
mm.
But like I said, it's in the working. It's in the working. I'm
It's
just
not
trying to,
working.
help things get my life together. Let's just say
Uh,
that. And those within China, they can just, I have a WeChat channel, I have a WeChat page, I have
Mm,
the TikTok, the Chinese TikTok, Douyin. I
mm, mm.
have the Xiaohongshu, the red book that they call here, red Facebook. And I obviously I have Instagram. On Instagram, people can also message me, and I can work something out and ship internationally. But for
Nice,
now, nothing major, no major platforms as yet.
nice, nice, nice. Okay. I've seen that you with your brand
Right,
when it comes to marketing, and I've seen that you're also a global marketeer. You
right,
have
exactly.
tried to use influencers, and
Right,
your marketing
right.
game is good. Your marketing game is good, which I like about that. Um, so serious,
Thank
it's
you,
good.
thank you,
It's
thank
really
you.
good. So I just want to ask, as a global
Mhm.
marketeer and the way you apply marketing, how should brands use maybe influencers, content creators to promote their brand? Which strategy works best? Or what should they
Now,
think?
see, you want me to give away my secret. Suppose I don't want to give away my secret to
Oh,
other people.
okay, some
No,
tips
I'm
or
kidding,
anything.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Trust me. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm all for sharing. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. But first of all, I'll also love to like shout out all of the social media platforms and the social media influencers that I've used. Honestly, they've been so helpful, and I'm very, very grateful for each and every one of them. Honestly, because I've heard at least a million no's, and it never stopped me. I've heard at least a million no's. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Do you know how many people I've reached out to and they were just like, oh no, I don't think so. Oh no, I don't think so. Or this and that. Like they weren't willing to help, I don't know, an up and coming
Yeah, I get it. I
entrepreneur, an
get it.
up and coming person, right?
Yeah,
They
I
probably
get,
thought
yeah,
I was too little for them. You understand?
yeah, yeah, I get.
Because I don't have a following base. I really don't have any following base at all. Just people that I know. But as it relates to using the social media influencers, it's a great idea. Perfect idea. Because the social media influencers, they already have their niche. They have their group of followers already, right? So what I did, I studied each and every one of the social media influencers that I've used. I studied their followers, the following base, and to see if it kind of matched with the target market that I have. Okay. My target markets are people who belong to the Gen Z and Gen Y um, demographic, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that was a big thing for me. And also people who just love to have fun and, enjoy their leisure time. I want to say eating with friends and having a drink or two, right? So this is my target audience. So what I did, I strategically, I was searching, sifting through the internet, through TikTok, through WeChat, through Instagram, and I was just reaching out to everyone who I thought fit my criteria. And once again, I'm so thankful for every social media influencer that helped me out on this journey. There are so many, but I can't name them all. But just know if you're watching this and you know you helped out ISNL in any way or form, I am so so grateful for you. Okay, thank you so much.
Nice.
And yeah, by using them, I allowed them to wear the shirts, kind of shout out the brand. And
Mm.
after they did that, their followers started to come towards me. You understand?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
only
yeah. I
makes
get it.
sense.
I get it.
Their
Yeah,
followers started to come towards me, and those are the followers that I was looking for, right?
yeah.
And obviously, after that, sales start happening, and that's the formula. That was the formula I used.
When it comes to that fact that you say that you got a million no's, I really relate to it because like our podcast is guest oriented, so you have to reach out to guests, and not everyone will reply. Some will turn you down, and But I like the fact that you used it for motivation, which I always tell people too. Like, it doesn't matter about the no's you
Yeah,
get, you just keep on pushing. And
keep
I'll
it
give you a
going.
plus for that. It's really nice that what you did. You kept on pushing despite.
Right.
everything
Exactly.
that really happened. So yeah. Um, my next question would be so far
Sure.
with your brand,
Uh-huh.
um, it's it's somewhere, because the reason why I'm saying it's somewhere is because trust me, almost everyone I think who's active on social media in our Chinese space knows it because of the influencers we use, which is
Right.
nice. Include what you just say your successes so far, your little achievements or your grand achievements so far with your brand.
My little achievements,
Yeah.
honestly, my first sale. I'm so grateful for my first sale. My first sale was around January, February, March, April, May, May of last year. So it's almost 1 year. It's going on 1 year now where I finally got my first sale. My first sale was around May, like probably the second week of May, and it was a Chinese friend of mine, and I'm very, very thankful for that person.
Mm.
And after that, like I knew that, I'm onto something, right?
Yeah,
All I
yeah,
needed
yeah,
was one person. I just needed one person to believe in me. You understand? I needed one person
yeah.
to sell to. And if I could get one person on board, I know I could have found other ways to get more people on board. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So my biggest achievement, like I said, was my first sale because I understood what it take. I understood what it took for me to get to that one sale. Like
Yeah, yeah.
the countless
And
hours on Taobao. I was on Taobao, sending so many messages to suppliers. I was on Taobao making sure that, okay, do you have this color? Do you have this type of quality? I got turned down. Man, trust me, I'm telling you, the amount of no's I've gotten throughout, this entire process is beyond me. But it honestly, it was like fuel for the fire. It was fuel to this train. It just kept me going. It literally just kept me going, bro.
nice, 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 amazing, amazing. Um, trust me, the thing which I like doing is seeing, our friends, the people around us doing something, and much as the rejection. Because trust me, at the start, the rejections are very many. But I've seen those who have rejections and give up. But I like those that keep pushing, and I
Right,
thank you for that. I also appreciate the fact that slowly, slowly, your brand is having a traction here in China,
right,
which I haven't
right,
seen before.
right.
Apart from the influencers, even just seeing it online, nice. Um, and just you as a person, you should be someone who has, that energy, that vibe. So nice, that's nice. So,
I'm
um,
an energetic person, bro. Trust me, I'm very
oh,
energetic. I'm very
that's
energetic.
nice. My next question to you, which I find very, very, very interesting, is about
Hmm.
forex trading. Your forex trade analysis.
Yep.
This is an aspect I've never understood. Trust me, I've never understood it. I just see people doing it. So my first question is,
Uh-huh.
what's forex trading? Just tell me about it.
Wow. Okay, well, like when you talk about forex, you talk about the foreign exchange. Okay, with the foreign exchange, we talk about global currencies. The global currencies include like the USD, the JPY, GBP, like stuff like that, the Great Britain pound, the AUD, the Aussie dollars, stuff like that, right? So every day, global currencies are being traded online, and the price for which they are being bought and sold for, people like me, other people all over the world, we're monitoring that. We're monitoring these prices, okay, to check the value of each of these currencies every day. Every single day, the price fluctuates, 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 you know? And this type of fluctuation can depend on so many other factors, bro. So understanding Forex, it can be hard. It really can be hard. It's very tedious. It's very, very tedious.
So how does the trade happen?
How does the trend happen?
The trade, like how do you gain?
Ah, okay. Whew. It's hard to actually put in a trade and make the profit that you want. You're not going to get your profit every single time. If you got your profit every single time, then everybody will be doing it, right?
Yeah.
But the trick to it is to get in the trade during the right time. Now, I cannot determine the right time for you because everyone's trading technique, their trading technique is different. You understand? Some
Mm.
people like to go all in and want a short burst, like poof, want it to quickly go up. Some people like to take their time. Okay, they take their time. They want to see what the market does. They want to see how the market reacts. Okay, and man, it's a roller coaster. Trust me, it's a roller coaster. But what I usually do, I kind of analyze the market. Okay, either using the fundamental analysis or technical analysis. All right. Sometimes you can listen to what the news is saying around you. So, for example, certain data within America, the United States of America, certain data can influence the USD, the US dollar. Okay. Data like if the Fed is called the Federal Reserve, this is the central bank of the United States of America. If the head of the Fed, right, if they're going to announce some type of information about the economy of America, depending on if the announcement is something good or bad, it'll definitely make the USD go down or up. You understand? Or even certain factors like the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, okay? That type of percentage, all right? Something like the CPI or something like the non-farmer payroll statistics, things like that. This the non-farmer payrolls is like the unemployment rate, stuff like the unemployment rate. How many people has jobless, or how many people are currently searching for jobs within the United States. Okay, things like this can influence the U.S. dollar, and for the past weeks, it has. Trust me, it has. Okay,
Mm.
so if you had been betting on the USD for the past weeks, you have been making a ton of money.
Oh, okay. And let me ask this question. So
Yeah, sure.
for us students in China who can't work, can we use it as a source of income?
Pardon me? Say it one more
For
time.
us, for us students here in China, since we can't work, can we use it as a source of income?
See, okay, another thing with Forex, I'm being honest with you, totally honest with you. It's a gamble, brother. It's a gamble, okay? So I would not suggest you using your scholarship money because I know I was a student a time ago as well. I was probably getting like 3,000 RMB as a master's student. I was getting 3,000 RMB, and I thought I was
Mm.
rich. 3,000 RMB per month. I thought I was on top of the world. But I would not suggest you using 3,000 RMB or your parents' money to invest in the forex exchange. Honestly, I would not suggest it. I would suggest for you to at least put something in piece by piece by piece and build up your assets, build up your equity. The equity is the amount of money that you put into the balance, okay? And start from there. Start small first. Then when you kind of familiarize yourself with the entire system, you understand, of what to do, how to do
Mm.
it, then you
Mm.
can start placing bigger bets. You see what I'm saying? Because you're gonna lose. You're going to lose. You're gonna have this where you're losing so bad, then you're gonna quit. So that's what I did. I did that like a long time ago. So it takes patience. Trust me, it takes patience, bro. But like I said, I wouldn't suggest for you to do it. A student in China? No, not right now. No, unless you have extra money to the side,
Okay, nice. Okay, nice advice. Um, okay. Among the last questions I'll ask you will be
right? Go ahead.
what what advice would you give to the youth who will be listening in?
The people listening, what advice would I give to them? As a
Yeah, especially
clothing
the
brand
youth.
owner, or as a forex trader, or as I don't know, just a regular human being.
Okay, I'll give you three sectors. First, as an entrepreneur, someone who wants to start maybe something, who's looking up to you with your brand.
Okay.
Secondly, someone who's doing maybe Forex, because
Uh-huh.
I've seen some doing it that I've never understood it. And
Right.
then as someone, as a human being,
Okay.
just
Perfect. Okay. So the first one, as an entrepreneur, my best advice I would give up, I want to say up and coming entrepreneur, is to quickly get started and fail as much as you can. I promise you, every failure is going to make you stronger, because after you fail, now you're going to realize, okay, I shouldn't have done it that way. Maybe I can, troubleshoot the problem and, you know, make a circle around the block and make sure I don't bump into this obstacle again. You understand? So failing in life is supposed to teach you lessons. The more lessons you learn, the more knowledgeable you become. So I would always advise the person to keep going and fail as much as you can. Okay, fail as much as you can, because trust me, one day you're gonna hit the jackpot. I promise you. I promise you. Never give up. One day you're gonna hit the jackpot. And I'm I'm learning that now, as time goes on. It doesn't matter how much times I fail, honestly, because I have that extra hunger in me. And I don't know, on the internet they say I got that dog in me. I just have that extra push in me, bro, to like keep going.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I don't know, I was always this way, bro. I was always that person who was just that go getter. Like, my mom raised me this way. My mom always told me, don't do nothing if you're not gonna do it properly. Anytime I clean my room, if I'm going to clean my room and I didn't do it properly, she'd be mad at me. She's like, listen, don't do nothing if you're not going to do it properly. If I'm going to clean the bathroom, don't do nothing if you're not going to do it properly. So everything I do now, I do it with a purpose, bro. So it's just how it is. So same thing you should do when you're taking on that journey of entrepreneurship. Do it properly, fail as much as you can, and keep going. Now, the
okay,
second one was Forex, right?
yeah,
People with the Forex, do not let your ego get to you when you are trading Forex. Okay.
yeah.
Let's just say you place a trade here and it went up here, and then you were like, oh, I see it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. However, your intention was to get out at this position, right?
Mm,
Now you're noticing that it's passing that position that you initially planned to get out to close the trade, right? Don't let your ego get to you, because just how that trade went up, just how that value went up, it's gonna skyrocket right back down, and now your whole portfolio is gonna be in a losing position. You understand? So take
mm,
your profit. Take your profit. Stick to your plan. Stick to your plan. Do not let your ego get to you when you're trading. It's going to get you in problems. I promise you.
okay. And then as a
And
human being,
now, as a human being, honestly, I'm also on that journey of figuring out, you know, who I am as a person, as it relates to, you know, figuring my purpose on this earth, right? And I've done a few things that I'm really not proud of, in my past. And
mm,
for anyone who's listening, and I probably have done them wrong in the past, I really do sincerely apologize. I'm really just on a journey where I'm finding myself trying to be a more sincere person in life, trying to be a person who has sympathy. You understand? Because sometimes I would let my feelings just belong to myself and selfishly not care about any other person's feelings. And
mm,
I'm learning every day that it shouldn't be that way. You understand? You should
mm,
always take into consideration someone else's feeling, okay? Because you don't know what that person is going through. Everyone is fighting their own battles every day. You don't know what someone is going through. If you think you're having a bad day, go outside, look to the right, and I bet that person to your right hand side is having a more horrible day than you are. Okay, so I feel like we should just show compassion. As a human, from a human standpoint, we should always show compassion to each other. No matter if you're a stranger, no matter if you're friends, no matter if you're a family, no matter if you're an animal. You're talking to an animal. If I'm talking to a dog, I'm still going to try show compassion to that dog. So that's my advice from a human standpoint. Show compassion and just show love. Be genuine.
Yeah. Nice, nice. Oh, my last question would be you're my first guest from the Caribbean. It's a privilege.
Right?
So I'm going to ask you, tell us more about your country and what makes you be proud of your country. Why?
Whee! Oh, it's a topic. You want me to tell everyone about the Bahamas? Come on, come on, come on. It's the Bahamas, bro. It's the place where I sleep. It's the place that everyone else dreams of going to, right?
Yeah,
The Bahamas has like the best beaches. The Bahamas has a sun that will scorch your skin, make you darker. No, trust me, I love my country. I love my country, until the day I go under because I don't know, it's just who I am. It's really who I am. I grew up there. I spent my entire life there. I, everything about me is just the Bahamas, the Bahamas, the Bahamas, right? Even this accent. Right now, I'm probably speaking in a proper accent just so the audience can understand me. But, my accent for itself can tell you that, yeah, I'm from the Caribbean, right? And it's just something about being from the Caribbean as well that I take pride in, right? Because even though each Caribbean country they have their own specific thing that's theirs, we're all somehow connected. We're all somehow intertwined together, and we embrace that. We really, really love to embrace that. Like we try not to discriminate against other Caribbean countries, bro, because I don't know, we just all one, the CARICOM. The CARICOM. It's the Caribbean community. And I don't know, coming from the Bahamas is like it's a chill lifestyle, right? It's really, really chill. Like you walk on the street, you see your friend. Some islands it takes you maybe 10 minutes or 20 minutes to walk from one side of the island to the next side of the island. You can walk from one side of the island to the next side of the island in like 20 minutes. So it's like everyone knows each other. You understand? In the Caribbean, we all try to act as a community. And that's something I really, really, really appreciate the Bahamas for, per se. Okay. And we're super friendly. We're super, super, super friendly. Trust me.
yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, my brother Ricardo, for coming by. It has
No
been an honor.
problem. No
It's
problem.
been an
Thank you so much. Thank you. It has been an honor. Okay. It has been an honor for you to have me on the podcast, brother. It's something that, it's been in the making. It's been in the works for a
honor.
while.